It all began when Paramiswara discovered Melaka in the 14th century, 751 years ago. He was relaxing beneath a tree near a river when his dog attacked a mouse deer, which drove the dog into the water. He was so moved by the mouse deer's heroic deed that he decided to build a metropolis on the site. He then inquired of his companions about the name of the tree beneath which he was resting and was informed that the tree's name was Melaka. Since then, he has called the state Melaka. Melaka's wealth and prosperity later attracted European interest as it was taken over by the Portuguese in 1511, then the Dutch in 1641, and the British in 1795. In 1511, Alfonso de Albuquerque led an expedition to Malaya which seized Melaka with the intent of using it as a base for activities in Southeast Asia. During the 16th century, Melaka developed into the most important trading port in Southeast Asia. Indian, Arab, and European merchants regularly visited there, and the Portuguese realized enormous profits from the especially lucrative spice trade that passed through the port. Within a span of a century, the Malay Empire left a lasting and important legacy, especially within Malay culture and the history of Malaysia. Melaka was the first Malay Muslim state that achieved the status of a regional maritime power. The town provides a unique look into Malaysia's unique heritage. In 2008, UNESCO declared Melaka a World Heritage Site due to its exceptional example of a multicultural trading town and the fact that the town is a living testimony to multicultural heritage. After we learned about the history and achievement of Melaka, it brings us to one question: what have Melaka become nowadays? The answer is that it has become one of the famous tourist spots in Malaysia. Thus, the main purpose of our documentary is to show some of the places that are worth for you to visit in Melaka. Now, let's go to the first place, Famosa Fort. Famosa, or the famous in Portuguese, is one of the oldest surviving remnants of European architecture in Asia. This place shows the huge part in shaping Melaka and Malaysia's history. So, it is one of the attractions that tourists should not miss if they are visiting Melaka. After Melaka fell into Portuguese, Albuquerque, who was the captain for the new Portuguese government in Melaka, had immediately ordered a fortress to be built for defensive purpose. With this success, it also attracted the Dutch, with the monopoly of the trading in Southeast Asia. The fortress of Melaka continued its architectural development over this time. Prior to the occupation of the Dutch, they heavily bombarded the fortress, which had critically destroyed the part of the fortress. After they succeeded to conquer Melaka in 1641, the Dutch carried out a major reconstruction on the fortress as part of their strategy to strengthen their power. This reconstruction involved the extension of the fortress walls and bastions. When the British took over the Dutch's position in 1795, the British captain in Melaka, William Farquhar, instructed the fortress to be destroyed. As the result, the only evidence left today is a gate to access the fortress, which is known as Porta de Santiago. Famosa Ruins is a wonderful spot for photography lovers who can capture some stunning images of these crumbling pictures. History lovers will be interested to learn and explore all the remains. Nature lover would enjoy the scenery on top of the hill where they could see Melaka City and the sea from the top. The scenery is beautiful, especially during the sunset. Next is Melaka River Cruise. Your trip to Melaka is incomplete without a visit to Melaka River Cruise. Melaka River is one of the highlights of the city, and the best way to explore it is by riding a scenic river cruise. It will take you to the innermost corner of the ancient city. Back in the old times, the river would have been the most important trade routes to the area. It gives visitors a different and the riverscape view of the city in safe and comfortable boats, so we can relive the beauty of Melaka. It is also enjoyable and relaxing experience for about 45 minutes, and the cruise covers about 9 kilometers. The best time to take the Melaka River cruise is in the evening, which make it far more interesting. During this time, the buildings and murals lit up to highlight their best features while showing the historic views around the river. Forget the busy city. All you need to do is relax and enjoy. Next, the Baba Nyonya Heritage Museum. The Baba Nyonya Heritage Museum is a living museum located near the famed Jonker Walk in Jalan Tun Tan Chen Lock. The family is still in charge of the museum today. The antiques obtained by Baba Chan Cheng Su demonstrate the richness of Peranakan Chinese culture, which was influenced by the Dutch, Portuguese, Malay, and colonial. In 1896, the museum was founded. The house was built during the Dutch occupation and was previously bought by Baba Chan's family in 1861 and lived there for 4 generations. Let's see what's inside Baba Nyonya Heritage Museum. Inside there is a reception hall area, a kitchen, and an ancestral hall in the house. It has a set of solid chengal wood stairs. The goat leaf decorations on the chengal wood stairwell are very stunning. A walk over its elegantly tiled floors and into its chambers packed with Chinese antiques takes you to the late 19th century British Malaya and provides a fascinating insight into the lives of rich Peranakans. Apart from that, Baba and Nyonya have created the beaded shoes as their traditional. It refers to beaded slippers worn by a Nyonya to complete her sarong kabaya outfit, together with chain breeches and a silver belt. The slippers are made of Peranakan cut beads, which are treasured as these beads are no longer available. The difficulty and fine workmanship of a pair of beaded slipper is also a hallmark of highly accomplished Peranakan women, also known as Nyonya, who skilled in sewing and beadwork are highly valued. Next, the Nyonya's Kabaya. The Nyonya's Kabaya contains lots of flower motifs. Mostly, all of the Nyonya's Kabaya have that elements on lower part of the Kabaya. Usually, it is combination of many harmony colors. The flowers represent the softness of women. Moving on to the Portuguese settlement. This place is a small community of around 1,000 people descended from early Portuguese settlers located a few kilometers outside of Melaka city center in an area known as Ujung Pasir. Most of the settlers are fishermen, which their current main concern is the area's development, particularly the Melaka Gateway project, which has resulted in a significant decline in their catch. The original residences in the village, which were constructed along roads named after well-known Portuguese, are still in use today. Over the last 80 years, nearly all of the original homes have been rebuilt with more modern surroundings. Today, the Portuguese settlement is also called as Mini Lisbon, which has streets with Portuguese name. The Portuguese Square, which comprises a courtyard with a number of seafood restaurants, a couple of bars, and a small museum. Moreover, the town celebrates various festivals in addition to Christmas. In Trudeau, a water splashing celebration conducted annually in March before the commencement of the Catholic fasting period of Lent. Another compulsory place to visit is Jonker Street. There is a saying that if you haven't visited Jonker Street, you haven't been to Melaka. Jonker Street, popularly called Jonker Walk or Jalan Hang Jebat, and it commonly known as street in historical Chinatown of Melaka. There was a rich history beyond Jonker Street, which it is a place where the Indian Chiti chew their red sandalwood leaves as their favorite pastime, and place where there is a lot of Baba and Nyonya culture, which like the birthplace of the Peranakan culture. For sure, tourists come to Melaka to enjoy the moment. Here, there are tourist attractions in Jonker Street, which we can do various types of activities. Firstly, Jonker Walk Night Street, where you can have everything from food and all things related to street shopping in Melaka, and it's open on Friday to Sunday from 6 p.m. until 12 a.m. Other than buying food or products, sometimes we can watch street performances at night. The visit is incomplete if we do not enjoy the Kelapulambung, which was the new attraction in Jonker Street. We can find the uniqueness of the workers that's performing the action of tossing coconuts as high as 3 meters while wearing traditional clothes. He also used martial arts skills that he learned before and practiced in the action of tossing coconuts. Hence, it brings the best attraction while visiting Jonker Street. There are so many street paintings all over Old Town of Melaka, which is Melaka street art. One of the most famous ones will be that huge orangutan mural at the Orangutan House, which has been around since 2008. Other than mural in Jonker Street, there are more mural you can find along Melaka River. The popular areas to explore are along Melaka River, starting from the Hard Rock Cafe Melaka and also around Jonker Street. Therefore, it gives attraction to visitors and brings happiness as they capture beautiful pictures to upload on social media. Another place is State House. It is a historical structure situated in the heart of Melaka City, the administrative capital of the state of Melaka, in a known place as the Red Square. The State House is known for its red exterior and nearby red clock tower. It was built by the Dutch in 1650 as the office of the Dutch governor and deputy governor. The State House displays typical features of the Dutch colonial architecture with massive walls, history and ethnography museum. The renovated main building houses the Museum of History and Ethnography, which showcases Malacan custom and traditions as well as the city's rich history from the Great Malay Sultanate to the Portuguese, Dutch and British occupations. Just southwest of the State House on the river is the Flor de Mar, a half-size replica of the gallery that the Viceroy of Portuguese arrived in. The last place is Tameng Sari Tower. It is a 110-meter tall tower in Melaka City Centre with a spinning observation platform that offers tourists a panoramic 360-degree view of the city. It was Malaysia's first revolving gyro tower as certified by the Malaysia Book of Records. The tower opened to the public in 2008 and has since become another distinctive Melaka attraction. The tower is located on Jalan Melaka near Bandar Hilir, which is renowned tourist site. Datuk Seri Muhammad Ali, Chief Minister of Melaka, was the driving force behind the construction of Menara Tameng Sari. The tower are also based on the ancient Malay legendary warrior Hang Tuah's Tameng Sari Keris. The 66-person viewing platform is extremely well ventilated, and after everyone is on board, the ride begins, elevating riders to an altitude of 80 meters and rotating for nearly 7 minutes before returning to ground level. The technology is Swiss and the ride costs 24 million ringgit to build. For details on the opening hours and admission charges, it is open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Ticket prices also varies. For example, an adult Malaysian and children below 12 are charged 17 ringgit and 11 ringgit respectively, while foreigners, the amount charged for adult and children are 23 ringgit and 15 ringgit respectively. All in all, it is important to preserve this historical heritage. A visit to Melaka is like a journey into the past. This town is incredibly rich with history. Therefore, Melaka is indeed a place for you to visit.